What's up, YouTube? So this is a Sonata 2015. It's going to be pretty much the same 2015 2020. It's going to be for gasoline engines, so no hybrid, no EV, and it's a fully equipped one with BSD, that's radar sensor in the rear bumpers and stuff like this. So we'll see about these functions as well. It's going again to apply, I guess, to Hyundai 2015-2020 models, Kia as well. Non-EV, non-hybrid ones, non-turbo, non-all-wheel drive. Okay, let's go through it. I have my ignition on, engine is off, and see what are the functions, modules, what's really covering this thing. I can give you maybe equi information that's not really relevant, so you just that's just extra if you want. Okay, what's important for us, I'm not going to read the codes, just active tests here. Engine check lamp, canister, that's purge system. So let's just go through it. Sometimes I'm going to get into a sub menu. I just want you to see what's available. Bear in mind that this scanner, it's one of the most complete Foxwell scanners, which comes only with one brand of car, and that's why it's more complete. So you'll have here functions that you will not find in the scanners that have all car brands. Not sure what this can be. Just click cancel. I don't know much about all these functions, so ECVVT, I don't know why it's saying ECVVT. What is that? Is that the variable valve intake, I guess? I'm not really going into all the things because I don't want to miss anything either. So this was the engine, automatic transaction. I was saying that the scanners that come with all the brands of all cars on the market, those will be missing more if you want more specific functions that this specific one does have it. So you see, this is the transmission. Maybe in the scanners, if you buy a Foxwell NT680 that has all car brands, you may not have too many transmission functions. So bear that in mind. I was explaining that in another video. Resetting, let's just go to see. Yeah, so I'm not going to reset it, obviously. Be careful when you work with these things. You don't want to mess things around. You can damage things too. Let's see, ABS, I think you also have the release of electronic parking brake, perhaps. No, it's not in this menu. See special function. HU air bleeding mode. That's perhaps the first one is going to be something like to bleed perhaps your ABS unit. Steering angle, sensor calibration, other calibration things here. Let's keep going on. Airbag, I'm not sure, I'm not going deep in this. Body control, we'll have perhaps windows, door locks, stuff like that. Let's see, I have on my channel also, I'll put in a comment section perhaps a playlist with how to set this scanner, how to update it. You have free updates. Free updates means from year to year may have new models of cars being brought on the market, or maybe new functions being added. That's free. So that's how it goes. You can get an idea. had a problem with my camera, so yes, those are kind of settings that you can go for the interior of the car, I guess. AC unit, I guess there's going to be something like calibration and stuff. Okay, that's calibration of air vents, blend doors, blower, fan motor. Again, I never used these calibration things, so I cannot inform you more about what each function is specifically doing here. Smart key unit is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you can really program a key with this scanner, but there are some interesting functions here. Maybe not in this menu, in the next menu you'll see. Okay, let's go for the special functions menu, current fob. Let's go back, neutralization, smart code key saving. Okay, maybe you wish I would transmitter code saving. Let's see here, special functions, code saving. So again, I don't know, I'll let you read this thing and figure out what it may be. I don't think you can duplicate a key with the scanner like this. Motor driver, drive and power steering. Calibration, replacement, I guess, perhaps, part exchange. You need to replace a motor driver. EPB, this is to release the rear electronic parking brake, to install new brake pads. You'll see you can actually release each side differently, so each side individually. Make sure when you engage this, I do have a video on my channel how to do it, so you don't drain your car battery. And make sure when you engage one of these, you follow fully the instructions, because there is a step before when you release the brake, then you go physically install new pads, and then there is a last step when you re-engage the electronic motor on the brakes. So there's two steps: list, assistant, door module. Again, you should expect to have about the same functions on all car models from 2015 2020. Obviously, it's going to be pretty much similar for the following years. Well, it gets a no communication. I don't have this function, by the way. In my car, there's no headlamp leveling. Perhaps that's why. This is interesting. Blind spot detection. You have radars if you have that equipment, and those radar sensors do go bad. Actually, they do go out of calibration if you bump your rear bumper, or if someone is bumping your rear bumper in a parking lot. Oh, that's just a LED thing, and it's extremely expensive, this BSD, but oftentimes they just move slightly in their bracket, so it seems it can calibrate them. That's interesting, because the Hyundai, it's pretty expensive to get calibrated, but that usually it's just a matter of repositioning the sensor in the bracket. I do have a video about this. Hyundai will tell you have to replace the sensor, which is like $800 or something each. There's two of them, and if you have the more expensive Hyundais, it's like double that. but oftentimes it's just a matter of just making sure it didn't move in the bracket. The sensor rarely go bad unless you really slam your car into a pole or something. It's really just making sure the sensor hasn't budged, hasn't moved inside the bracket, because the sensor must align with the car. So if it moves by 1 millimeter inside the bracket, is going to no longer, the car will no longer be able to align them, to calibrate them, their position, physical position, and it's going to show an error, which is not, doesn't mean the sensor is bad. It's just make sure the bracket is correctly aligned, it didn't move inside the bracket, and maybe just recalibrate the sensor. So we see windows, perhaps a door actuator too. Yes, I think I had the door module. All right. What is this exactly? F3. So driver door module immobilizer. The immobilizer took quite a while too to communicate. Password teaching changing neutral mode. Okay, so I'm not going into submenus with this. I don't want to mess anything, but no, it's there, and we don't know what exactly it's doing. And the departure system, again, this is fully equipped model of car, except for the turbo. It doesn't have turbo. Well, okay. I'll let you figure out what it is. Power seat module. Special. Let's go for the active test. Power seat also has cooling, heating. Not much, right? Lowest. Special functions. Set limit position. What it is? That's right. Okay. Cruise control distance. That's your distance for smart cruise control. When you set the distance between you and the car you are following, I don't know what this may be. Burger horn relay. Door lock. If anyone knows more about these functions, if anyone actually is asking about the functions, just maybe you want to, let's see, okay. One touch signal, okay, that's interesting. The turn signal, right? I guess, or something else. Smart parking assist system. I also have a video how to, I think I told you how to set this scanner. I did pay maybe $100 American, $150 for this scanner. I think it got more expensive now. Okay, so where we finished, right? I think yes, and that's it. Okay, this is my car selection, and also I'll show you in a moment that you also have Kia that comes with this scanner. So Kia and Hyundai is considered one brand together when you buy the NT530 scanner, and you have plenty of cars. All right, thanks for watching.